The Northern Beaches tunnel that we've all been waiting for, is it going to be axed? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about it now.
The separation anxiety is over.
Oh, Billy, it's been more than a week we haven't done a show together.
Wow, I can't remember the last time that's happened.
No, you've been sick, real sick. Not even COVID.
Bloody swine flu, so they say. But whatever it was, wasn't nice.
So you were on the floor of the shower, all curled up, apparently.
Yeah, it was a mess, and 4 days it took to sort of get back to normal.
Unbelievable. You got to watch out for it, huh, guys and girls? Watch out for this flu. It is worse than COVID.
Comes out of thin air though, and then it just gets you like bang, yeah, and then you're done.
Now, this is a really interesting topic this morning, guys, out there. Big change of government. Are there going to be things that we were expecting that we will not get? I.e., the Northern Beaches of Sydney was going to get a highway road upgrade, traffic upgrade by way of a tunnel, which was going to cut out, I think, 12 minutes for an average commuter on the way to the city. And now it's sounding like, and I must admit, Billy, every time I heard about this and I politically spoke to people about it, all the old people were like, oh, you want to make sure Liberal stays in, because if Liberal doesn't stay in, you're not going to get this tunnel. Now Labor's in. Now I'm starting to hear whispers and murmurs that Labor costs are too expensive for the tunnel. Maybe it should be shelved and not done.
I think, whichever way you voted, I think a lot of people would agree this tunnel would be a great addition to the beaches, having it, service the route that is currently so busy and always like backlogged with traffic, right? So you've got to put a price on it.
I think it's probably one of the worst in Sydney. It's one of the worst choking points in Sydney.
And we were saying off air, like, everywhere else has got a tunnel. Tunnel under the bridge, tunnel out to the airport, whatever. It's like, it seems to be our little pocket that just doesn't have, the same kind of infrastructure, and we rely on sort of 4 lanes of traffic to get in and out.
We've got 200,000 residences, some of which commute to the city on a regular basis. And these guys are forced to use 1 lane at certain times of the day, just 1 lane to get into the CBD at one point. What I think is interesting is if this is on the chopping board in New South Wales infrastructure, what else is going to be on the chopping board potentially with labour costs so expensive, building costs so expensive, with a new government in place, and how that's going to affect real estate, because we're all humming along with the government injecting a lot of money into infrastructure because of COVID and the support for jobs and stuff like that. But I think a government may be doing an about face because unemployment's just so good. I mean, the rate's so low, it's so good.
I've got a bit of a 2-part question for you, Mark, because you've recently moved and you're a city commuter, but going the opposite way. So you go back to the city. Yep. Would you personally have chosen against areas if they were not good in terms of commuting? Would you have completely ruled them out?
Probably not. I think, look, I sort of don't consider working from home because of the nature of our work, but I think now there's less stress on that for people buying real estate because they're doing a bit of work from home. And that travel, even if that travel is double, it's only double for 2 or 3 days when people are going in. So, yeah, for me personally, no. And I think for the greater community, I think there's that flexibility of where you want to live a little bit more relevant to traffic. What do you reckon?
I think it's always, quite attractive for an area to, have a nice, easy, quick commute into the city or out of the city. It can't hurt, right? So it's got to be good for property to, especially in the beaches, to have that tunnel go in. I don't think it can hurt. Is there any way you see against that?
No, look, I think it's only going to get better. It's an enormous cost to New South Wales to put in that sort of infrastructure for one particular region. It does supply a lot of jobs, which is great. But I don't sort of know if we need that as much these days. It seems like there's a bit of a pressure, and building cost inflation is just going through the roof. So I don't know. But, it does feel like, we were closer than ever to getting this tunnel. I think the cost was a big cost item. I think it was hundreds of billions from memory. I don't know. Can you have a look how much that cost? Because I guess it's a big investment from the government. It's going to happen. I'd love to know what people out there think. Is the tunnel going to go in? Is it not going to go in? Is it going to be paused for a long period or a short period? What's that period? I'd love to know. And also, it puts a big question mark on infrastructure around everyone now.
Well, the other thing is, though, big infrastructure projects have never been cheap, and it's never stopped the government going ahead with them. And let's not forget, you as a commuter are paying tolls maybe 2 or 3 times before you get to work if you're driving some of the big roads. And a lot of that is goes and helps pay for the ongoing maintenance and funding of those projects. So people are not scared to pay for convenience. And if it's saving you 10, 20 minutes on your drive every morning, and then on the way home, you're sure to pay for it. That's for sure. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, look, we do have a big moan about those tolls, but everyone just ends up paying it anyway. For convenience, it always wins. And look, I think a lot of they do sell these as an investment as well. So I don't know how that ends up working in the end if the government sells that debt as an investment. Or it's interesting. But anyway, that's today's show, and I think it's putting that question mark over our tunnel and putting the thought in front of everyone's mind, because it certainly wasn't there. We all just thought it's coming, and we didn't think a switch in government or Labor costs were going to make an impact in the tunnel's imminence, but it seems like it may happen.
Another thing is, out of all the campaigning both parties did, I never saw anything about a tunnel in terms of what we're going to do about the tunnel.
Yep. Look, I guess it's 200,000 votes, or there's probably 150,000 voters in that precinct. I guess they didn't need the votes. They were happy where they were sitting. I don't know.
There you go. Anything else to add?
Good morning to Sasha.
Yes,
good old Sasha there. Actually, we're going to bring Sasha on. Sasha's a tree cutter for the local governments. So we're going to get him with a chainsaw, the cherry picker, doing a show.
Some big wins last night, I hear. 90 Ks, they reckon.
It was massive. Yeah. But only for a short period, I think.
There you go. Sun's out today, though. It's a beautiful morning.
Awesome, bud. We have a good day.
You too. It's good to have you back.
Everyone enjoy. We're into the biggest real estate conference in Australia and maybe the world yesterday with 4,500 real estate agents. It was interesting. Properties pumping. The tunnels, big question mark over the tunnels, what we spoke about today. And that's it.
That's it. What was the highlight of the ARIC trip?
The highlight of the training conference was the diver in the Indonesian, the Thailand caves where the boy got stuck. Spoke about his ordeal live.
Yeah, that's cool.
So he was the diver that actually had to put all the kids to sleep.
Wow, good talk.
While they went through 6 kilometres of underwater tunnels to get out.
Yeah, that's nuts. And is it true that Lisa Novak got asked for more photos than you, Mark?
I didn't get asked for any photos. So first Lisa was asked for a photo, and then I was included with people trying to be nice.
Very awkward.
Yep.
And good morning, Mel. I hope you're well.
Yeah, I don't know why. They love a bit of it's like Lisa. I'm like, yeah. Not that I'm chasing, to get photos taken, but it was pretty funny. Good on her. You know, she works hard on social media, and obviously when you go to events like yesterday, it's working nationally in our industry, our industry.
That's it. Alrighty, that's it. That's the show.
That's the show. Love you, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Thanks, Mark.
See ya.